Assalamualaikum. Hello learners, you are welcome to my science class. Today our topic is energy transformation through chemical reaction. Energy transformation through chemical reaction. What is energy? Energy is basically defined as the ability to do work. But what is chemical energy? Chemical energy, the energy which is stored in the bond of chemical compounds chemical substance. Look, energy basically ability to do work, but chemical energy, the energy which is stored in the bond of chemical substance or compound is known as chemical energy. In chemical reaction, basically bond is broken and new bond is formed. At these two time energy changes occurred. These two time, look, in chemical reaction bond is broken and it is basically reactant, occurred in reactant, and new bond is formed, it occurs in basically product. At that time the transformation of energy occurs. At that time transformation of energy is occurred. So energy transformation, we can define energy transformation as the changes of energy from one form to another form. Energy transformation, basically energy transformation indicates the changes of energy from one form to another form during chemical reaction. The changes of energy from one form to another form during chemical reaction indicates transformation of energy. Most of the time energy is released, energy is released as heat, and it is known as exothermic reaction. Look, most of the time energy is released as heat and it is known as exothermic reaction. Sometimes energy is also absorbed from the environment. It is known as endothermic reaction. Here, in that case, energy is released, and in that case energy is absorbed. So through chemical reaction energy transformation occurred. That means energy is transformed from one form to another form. Now look for some examples. Wood is a chemical substance. When it is burned in the presence of oxygen, carbon dioxide, water, heat and light is produced. Here energy is produced. This is one example. Wood is chemical substance. When it is burned in the presence of oxygen, carbon dioxide, water vapor, heat and light as energy are produced. In that case, ashes is also produced as new substance. Now lemon, we eat lemon regularly. Lemon contains citric acid. Now take a test tube and take some lemon juice, which is citric acid. Add some baking powder. This formula is C6H8O7, the citric acid, and add some baking powder, baking soda, NaHCO3, sodium bicarbonate, lemon juice and baking soda. What will be happened? These two are reactants. In that case, the product will be sodium citrate plus carbon dioxide plus water, and the pot or test tube where this reaction takes place. Look, the test tube where this reaction takes place will be cooled down. Why? This process absorb heat. What type of reaction is that? It is endothermic reaction. If you take lemon juice and baking soda in a test tube, the product will be sodium citrate, carbon dioxide, water, and the test tube where reaction takes place will be cooled down. And why? As heat, this reaction absorb heat from the environment and it will be an endothermic reaction. That means transformation of energy occurred from one form to another form. Now, another reaction. Take lime, that means calcium oxide, and acid vinegar, that means acetic acid. Take lime, calcium oxide and vinegar in a pot. The product will be calcium acetate and water. Here the pot or test tube where the reaction take place, it will be heat up. Why? In that case, lime, water, vinegar in a test tube and the product is calcium acetate and water, and the test tube where the reactions take place heats up. Why? Because heat is produced. Here heat is produced and it indicates exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction. In your book, you will hear a name quicklime. Quicklime, dear student, quicklime. Quicklime. The formula of quicklime is calcium oxide. Why is it called quicklime? Quick means active or alive. When you add water, into this calcium oxide, it will hiss or pop. That means life comes out. That's why it is known as quicklime. Note it. It will hiss or pop. That means life comes out when water is added. That's why it is known as quicklime. When water is added to quicklime, calcium hydroxide and slacked lime, it is known as slacked lime, is produced, and this water evaporates. Why? Because energy is produced as heat. So it is also exothermic. Dear students, I think you have learned how energy transformation occurs through chemical reaction. Now we will learn electrolysis. Another topic of this chapter, electrolysis. Electrolysis. What is electrolysis? The process by which electric current is passed through a substance to bring chemical change is called electrolysis. Look, the process by which electric current is passed through a substance to bring chemical change is called electrolysis. In this process, the substance which is used in electrolysis, look, it is a pot. Here we will take sodium chloride. That means by electric current, by using electric current, we will bring chemical change in sodium chloride. So this process will be considered as electrolysis, and the substance which is used in electrolysis is known as electrolytes. This substance is known as electrolytes. It is electrolytes. Electrolytes. The definition is that the substance which allows electricity to pass through it in its molten stage or dissolved stage is called electrolyte. Again, the substance which allows electric current to pass in its molten stage or dissolved stage is called electrolyte. Now I will take molten. It will allow, mind it will allow electricity in its only or molten state. Molten sodium chloride. We have to use 2 electrodes. Electrodes are electric conductor. It is electrode is of 2 types. Electrode is of 2 types. Again, electrodes are electric conductor. It allows electricity to pass through it. We will connect an electric source. It is anode, it is cathode, and in this part there is sodium chloride, and in molten stage sodium chloride will be remain as sodium ion and chlorine ion. Sodium ion, chlorine ion. You know sodium is positive, sodium is positive ion and chlorine is negative ion. Sodium ion and chlorine ion. What will be happened now? These two are known as electrode, anode and cathode. Here there will be reduction. Here anode will be oxidation and here will be reduction. Here oxidation will take place and reduction will take place in cathode. Now what will happen? In anode, oxidation, we know releasing of electron is known as oxidation. Here chlorine will release electron, chlorine ion chlorine ion will release electron. Look, chlorine ion will release electron and it is known as oxidation. Chlorine ion will release electron and form neutral chlorine. Again, in cathode, what will be happening in cathode? Here, sodium ion will receive electron and form metallic sodium. Look, chlorine in anode, chlorine ion will release electron. All the chlorine ion will release electron and form neutral chlorine, and in cathode sodium ion will receive electron and form neutral sodium. As a result, the metallic sodium will be deposited on the cathode electrode, and as chlorine is gas, so these bubbles come out from the anode. Chlorine as Cl2, chlorine is as it is diatomic, so bubbles come out from the anode. So by the process of electrolysis, so chemical change occurred in sodium chloride, and sodium and chlorine are produced. This is the, and here sodium chloride is electrolyte, as it allows electricity to pass through its molten state or dissolved state. The substance which does not allow to pass electricity, its molten and dissolved states, are known as non-electrolytes. Here sodium chloride is electrolytes, and two electrode, that means electric conductor, anode and cathode. In anode oxidation takes place and cathode reductions takes place, and molten state sodium chloride remain as sodium ion and chlorine ion, and cathode chlorine ion goes to the anode, and release electron to form neutral chlorine, and sodium ion goes to the cathode and receive electron for sodium metal or metallic sodium, which will be deposited to the cathode. That's all about electrolysis. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.